Oh, that's right, folks. It is this 2022 spring tournament, the Kraken Games, going on this fine afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening for anybody watching? I don't know, but either way, we're going to be watching it. In the broadcast booth, it is 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, the true spotlight for today, the stars for today, we got darindrise on the left, crab cakes on the right. Both of them have been around for a while. Crab cake's probably a lot longer. But both of them are starting 0-0 here in the pods format here. Both of them looking to get a great start here, go 1-0, get to that very coveted 2 wins. So you pretty much have a guarantee spot into the bracket stages. We should be getting going here very shortly here. But as we do that there, I will show you what is going on. This is a 4-forced party with nuns in the pool, but we didn't get any. Huh. They're never going to want me to roll this seed. They got fade right off the bat. I made it too easy for them. Flipped dungeons. And there's the blessings and the molluses for our characters there. Baby seed reroll. The crowd is angry at myself. By the way, I am Dang Woo. I should probably have, you know, made sure to let y'all know who the commentator is. I am Dang Woo, and the restreamer. And Wild Ham is tracking for me in the background there, keeping me honest. So I appreciate you doing that there. So fade early, gonna make this, well, a lot easier start. But at the same time, we got 2 fighters, a thief and a black belt. Now, that fighter's got plus 20 hit percentage. That's like 6 early levels, if you want to call it. So you get, for every breakpoint, you'll hit it about 6 levels earlier, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. The fighter with Masa, if the Masa rolled the Masa, you'd be able to get your 5th hit at 28. Excalibur, you'd be able to get it at 22. I'm sorry, 23. Apologize. So that allows for a lot of interesting things there with having that, with those breakpoints coming 6 levels earlier. Now, as Rojo points out in chat, the White Mage does have the 4 max magic points subtracted. So instead of having 9 max at every level, it'll only be 5. So you can't really spam fade all day long. Now, we could get White Mage, or White Mage Harm. We could get, you know, the Harm spells as a clear spell also. And it looks like we got Chime, and I didn't see what the other item was. Oh, and the Canal? Oh, that's exciting. Alright, so it teases you with some, possibly a Sky play. Maybe we get that cube early from Ibiki the Pirate and the ship from Marsh. I don't know, but the ultimate fight right there is the bridge scene. Thankfully, our devs, our awesome devs, have managed to shorten that substantially. The Crab Cake's actually is going to do the Matoya check before going to Provoca here. You'll see a lot of runners kind of do Matoya check first, maybe do it second after Provoca. I think it kind of depends on what your money situation is. So soft potion can save you some money. Short sword, we got a little level 2 magic, but both say that's not enough to warrant it. It wasn't a draft. It was 4 force. It rolled with the seed or the nuns in the pool. Yeah, it is definitely an interesting one. It could have been pretty spicy because the fighters would have had to carry you essentially if we got no magic early. Poor darindrise there. The white mage went absolutely last. Kind of funny. So more hand holding here, but let's see what the pirates give us. Give us the cube or the herb. That's cool too. So heals are 21. That's not terrible. Houses, the housing market has gone down. 1,000 gold, we accept those. Oh, silver bracelets for 1,500, and they rolled +4. Oh, it's pretty good for the white mage. Pretty good for the black belt. So harm 3, that gives our... Actually, this is very helpful there. Since Fade, we're only going to have 5 charges of it. That allows us to have more clear... or an AoE clear spell as we dive into these dungeons. So that white mage is getting just enough AoE clear spells to make these dungeons not terrible. Which is good, though, because... I don't know. In some ways, it's good because we have to watch our resources. Other times, it's not so good because it made our early game a little easier. So we got 2 chests that could possibly be loose at the moment, and a marsh cave and an herb turn-in. We've got 2 loose items on this flag set. There's a hooray. Hooray! The crab cakes is always for the hooray dwarf. Why she's a fan favorite. I like the chant, or the chant that happens in chat. Hey, darindrise is also hooray dwarf fan. I like it. Hooray! Ooh, Glance comes out. Now that's interesting there. Now does darindrise keep that fighter down and go with a 3-person party? Or does he bring it back up and maybe hope to stone the white or the black belt maybe and go double fighter? No. So he's gonna keep the fighter stoned instead of maybe trying to stone the black belt. Interesting, I like it. There's the cube. So Marsh holds our progression here. It's either canoe or ship. And if it's ship, well, we have the outer sea now open to us. There's harm 4 available. So darindrise is going to make the play to go down to Marsh. Crabcakes is checking spells. Has the money. There's life. There's exit. Exit's learnable at level 8. So Marsh, if we can get that white mage to level 8, we'll be able to cast an exit spell and get out of Marsh real quick. And darindrise is down to a black belt white mage here. Is he going to keep the party that way? He's already sacrificing 2 kind of powerful fighters at this point, if you think about it. Going with the black belt. Oh, gonna unstone the fighter. Interesting play. It does point pointing out it could be the key. True. Which, if it is the key, then that means one of the key lock chests holds our progression. Yeah, he didn't name it on purpose. And there is the flipped horizontal there to just mess you up completely. It's glorious. Wow, that is really messes me up already. It's great, but man, that messes me up. So lots of enemies here in Marsh, lots of possibilities of wiping us. But you gotta do some greed checks. I like the checks. A little bit of more extra money, we might need it. Yeah, the flip dungeons is the chef's kiss on this one. I like it. Alright, oh, the vanilla wizards are hanging out here trying to block it, and it's the canoe, so the whole inner sea is open to us. Unfortunately, that means no early Mirage play. Unfortunate. Lucent Volcano. It's already being called out. Lucent Volcano. So darindrise is going to check a couple chests here that Crab Cakes didn't. Being a little greedy. He's making use of that White Mage's AoE clear spells, non-elemental. Scorpions are kind of tough there. They can really hit hard on non-armored light warriors. And we're about, what, 30 steps away from exit here for Crab Cakes. Taking the early lead here. And we're free. Uh-oh. darindrise is running into wolves and gerwolves, or werewolves and gerwolves with some spells. That's not good. You never know what's after them. Yeah, the key hasn't been found yet, so we kind of got to go canoeing. We have Crescent Lake. The sages have it. Oh, I was saying that somebody had asked if he was found, what would happen. Essentially, we would have to do the key lock for progression, because that's where our loose would be. Crabcake's able to make it, has kept all 4 of her light warriors up. I don't think she's really seen anything that's been dangerous. Okay, well, commentator's curse. The fish have ice too. Okay. We won't tell anybody. We won't tell her that I said anything about no spells have been dangerous so far. So we got Crescent Lake, we've got Volcano, and we've got Ice Play. Those are the only plays that are available as of right now. Obviously, we're going to do the Crescent Lake play. Thanks, Spells. I appreciate it. So, obviously, all runners are going to do Crescent Lake. There's really no point to it. It's a free check. Could give you the ship. Could also give you the floater. And we have an item check here. Heals and cabins. Never know. We might need heals. Bro rings rolled neutral. Chain armor -1, not great. Not terrible either. It was cheap. And it looks like Crabcakes is not putting any armor on that top slot fighter, so that fighter could be taking a dirt nap here very soon. And we get the slab. So that means we have Earth Play. A low-level Earth Play. We do have Exit if we hit level 8 with our White Mage. Or we can do Volcano. So, since we got a little bit of time here, darindrise is going to kind of catch up, get some spells, and get himself over to Crescent Lake. And Crabcakes looks like he's going to maybe do a little mini grind here to get level 8. Those are the qualifying seeds from the qualifiers. darindrise participated, I believe, in 1 seed, and he did not finish. And Crabcakes, on the other hand, actually did 1 race also, and finished in 1st, but then didn't take place in 2 others, so she got 2 penalties. Basically, both of them got 2 penalties for not participating in all 3 qualifiers that were required. they got penalty points, and so it hurt their seeding. So some would say Volcano. There was a discussion on Discord. We go Volcano. Generally has loose items. I've seen a lot of them during the spring tournament. And Crabcake says we're going to the horizontally flipped Volcano. Oh gosh, this is throwing me off completely. I feel like I'm playing in a mirror. Cabin. Even there's the crystal. The Volcano play pays off. We got our first loose. Frost Wolves, those aren't too bad early experience wise. I mean, they're not, you know, super great, but hey, they do the work that we need. So one loose is down. Volcano once again provides a loose. We got a ribbon in there also, -2. Which you never use the ribbon for its armor anyways. You only use it because it grants us protection from all elements. Crabcakes has become a psychic at this point, maybe? Anything else? Heal potions, doesn't matter. We've already got what we wanted here. Exits out. We bought some houses. Do we continue diving? Nope. Says we're going to Ice Cave. I'm kind of surprised she didn't do carry, honestly. You've got Fade, you got Harm 3, you got Harm 4, I think, was down there also. And you've got 2 fighters and a black belt as your tanks, essentially. I mean, decent armor. Why not? Get it done. But I also understand wanting to do the Ice Cave and getting it done too. Darindrise doing more shopping. No, Rojo. That's impossible. Carrie's not like Kraken, okay? Carrie is a generous person who never back rows. Just casts very dangerous spells and skills. Oh, Karibe with Dazzle and... well, hasn't seen the Ice 2 yet. So more flipped horizontalness going on Crabcake's side. Completely messing with me. Darren's party is now quite... yeah, true. We don't know what Darindrise is going to do with that at all. Oh, mages with crack. The white mage survives. That ribbon came out clutch. Darindrise is going to take the Volcano play. Both are runners here. Darindrise kind of holding or following in Crabcakes' path here, or footsteps, if you want to call it. But making the play, keeping himself in the race here, because I think the longer he doesn't do Volcano, the worse it could have been. That ribbon is too good. Ooh, nice peds on the left-hand side for Darindrise for some well-needed experience. A little too high level, though. Gonna require too many spell casts. Earth grind. It's the next level. They never expect of the earth grind. The Crabcakes didn't do the 6-room chest. Probably will do it after checking the incentive. Oh, Procate +3. There's the crystal for darindrise. He's happy. He thinks he's big-brained it. Which it technically kind of has, in a way. Oh, that's talking about a banana peel scent. Whoa, Sphinx is there. There's the TNT found in the incentive ice. Crabcake says, I'm not checking any more chests. We're gone. And there's an Agam. I think that was just an encounter, though. So both of our runners here really leaving it open to see, are we going fighter strats or are we going black belt strats? Very heads up play by both runners. And I'm being told that was a spike tile, so information here for Darren. No, yeah, darindrise finds information about the fire tile is an Agama tile. He can grind up that black belt and get it going if the Agama is not too beefy. And the fire tile is an easily accessible tile that doesn't include, yeah, right there. Just goes up and down, does not advance the encounter table. We're able to do it safely. And there's the floater. The crystal loose in volcano gets us in the air. So darindrise is going to farm up a little bit. It's actually going to feel a little bit bad if you think about it, because he could potentially have turned in the crystal and gotten a couple more key incentives and then grinded. Oh, darindrise is gonna dive farther down into volcano. Oh, maybe thinking about it. Haha, the flipped horizontal messed him up there for a second. Almost went the wrong way. Oh my goodness, this is playing with my mind right now. Well done by darindrise to get through the volcano. Yeah, so, I mean, the one thing is darindrise knows that Agamas are there. We can use that information to grind. Crabcakes doesn't have that information right now with that black belt. So can't really, it doesn't know where to go to grind, essentially. Invis 2? Wow. That's a nice, magic item. A lock helm. Oxiel from Sarda. So all sorts of cool and interesting things here going on. We got an Invis 2 magic item. And, you know, Spell Zap showing one thing that a lot of people, even myself included, so with that short first encounter, what you can do is a desert grind. There's like 6 or 7 encounter tiles. Wow, there's a Vorpal. That can be equipped by the black belt. But with that Vorpal though, darindrise can put that on the black belt and still do no damage. So nothing really of note here in Volcano. We got the Hooray Dwarf again. We appreciate that, Crabcakes. Another Lock Helm. Our fighters are going to be rocking out with some good helmet gear. So one of the things here for darindrise is he's got to be able to make this dive without A, taking too much damage, B, oh my goodness, really? Okay, that was not nice, but Crabcakes finds another ribbon in Cardia Isles. That's two. Is he gonna exit out? Oh, he's got enough heal potions. As long as he's got enough fades and harm 3 and stuff like that, I think he'll be fine. Excalibur +4 that night. Wow. So the 5th hit with that is what? 19? We can get the 5th hit on the Excalibur at 19. Yeah, once that Excalibur gets up to 5 hits, it really starts hitting hard. It has the +20 bonus damage. Oh. Carries floor is not flipped horizontally. Plays with darindrise. Alright, Lupa Lupa Land. What do you have for us? The bottle. So we're still in the area. Nice, easy check there. Yeah, the only way you can really tell with this staircase is it's when it's carries to the left, the stairs are more to the right-hand side. It's like the opposite side of where carry is. Buckler +4, that's not very useful since none of our people can use it. Essentially, that's gonna want it. Do we got a key item? No. So it's either in Caravan or it's in Onrak. Just to troll us some more, the Red Dragon chest had nothing. We're actually using a Fade Charge by darindrise here. There's loot that's required on Crabcake. So Crabcake's done a lot of exploring while darindrise has been doing Volcano. Hasn't really gotten much out of it except for a grind tile, but this is going to be key here. There is a Tyro here. That's good experience. Not great. I mean, it's good, for sure, considering how early it is. And it's about 300 and something HP. But can we find a T-Rex that's low HP? Or sandworms? Steak and wings. Ankylos are definitely not what we're looking for. One fighter down already on darindrise's side. Hold misses thanks to that ribbon. That Vorpal there on the black belt's doing some work there. So we're down to a couple harm 3s, couple harm 4s on the left-hand side. Carry needs to play nice. 2 hits, 8 damage. Uh-oh. We're getting down to it here. No! Our tanks went down by the elemental damage. Uh-oh. Harm 3 and open a prayer here. Come on. There it is. See, easy. Now make sure to heal up, darindrise. And we got a life spell just in case we need it. Oh, wait. Is this the thing where he's gonna grind up? Are we gonna grind up that black belt? But you see, Crabcake's already grinding up. She's got the advantage of a lot more key items. Nope. Looks like darindrise is just kind of walking away, doing the black belt white mage here. Are we gonna do Ice Cave with just 2? Or are you just waiting to heal him? The steak and wings are very tender and fall apart quickly. Admiral Tryhard in chat. I agree. That's what Crab Cakes is going for today. Maybe visited those Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday or something like that, and you know. Oh, darindrise gets wiped out. Unfortunately, has to make the trip back over to Ice Cave there. I mean, that is the downside. If you're not going to counter manipulate, that's one thing we found from Crab Cakes there. She used that encounter table, was able to make her way through the overworld very quickly. The Crab Cakes on the right hand side there just needs a rod, just needs a key, and she will be in go mode. Left hand side, we still got a little bit of catching up here by darindrise. The Ice Cave nets us the TNT, which leads us to the ship, which is very unfortunate for darindrise, because we as the commentators and as the spectators know where it's going to lead to. Kind of a waste of time, but he kind of has to do it in his predicament because, or his situation, because, well, he doesn't have that information. And it looks like it's a BB fighter grind here. Probably just to get the black belt high enough where it can one-shot the Tyro, I would assume. Maybe. Or it's just quick enough and hope the Tyro kills the fighter here. And darindrise just getting pummeled by the images and ghosts. Yeah, Spellsat pointing in chat. Yeah, you kind of wish you had tents in this situation, because tents only heal you for like 30 HP. And if you only had houses, well, good luck trying to good luck trying to kill your fighter when he's max HP every fight. I will say though, that fighter though will be kind of useful though. It will have 5 hits on that Excalibur. If she decides to promote, I doubt it. Ooh, the Tyro's hitting really hard though. Making that grind a little spicy. And as I pointed out earlier, I think we do the Earth grind here. There's no way that this is a bad idea. Oh, the black belt white mage is showing its inability to run there for darindrise. Well, the knight, the fighter, technically does have some purpose. If you think about it, because she's not going to go to 42, right? She might, but she probably won't go to 42. So, like, if you go to 32, you use the knight or the fighter, and you use it as a shield, essentially. That's the reason why she put it up as high as she did, at least in my opinion. Now, you don't necessarily mean that there's no fast, no temper, though, guys, because there are item magic out there. We've seen them plenty of times with fast and temper out there. Though I guess we aren't checking boxes, so it's not going to really matter a whole lot. Would I bet on it, though? Yeah, because I'm greedy, spells that. I would. And there's a reason why I don't go very far in brackets. No, but for anybody watching later on in on our YouTube and stuff like that, or watching on YouTube, a lot of what the chat is saying is very smart. You go to 42, you get your 10 hits, because there is no fast, there is no temper. Yeah, we have a lock magic item, which is amazing, because we're going to need it, possibly. And Crabcake's already kind of leveled up a fighter a little bit there to help get that black belt essentially going. Bonk saves solves all Topher problems. I mean, it does. Bonk can solve a lot. But you gotta be able to, you know... A fasted black belt, though, with 16 hits is a lot more, well, yeah, a lot more compelling than... Or 20 hits with a 42 black belt. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Oh no, for sure. It's not required. But as kind of chat's pointing out, and I gotta agree with it though, it just makes sense in this situation because the risk versus reward kind of a thing. If you don't go to 42, you don't get those 10 hits. You don't get that increased damage per swing and the extra 2 swings. I mean, it's just a time save in general. I mean, with how early this is, if we found like an early tail too, like if she had found an early tail, if you think about it, she could probably go to right now, or maybe a little bit more, and just take the fights as she goes at this point, if she absolutely has to, like the high experience fights. Because she's got an Excalibur +5 that's on her knight. So you got like 2 hard-hitting champions that can take out gas dragons, blue dragons that show up. You know, anything that's worth any sort of good experience, if you absolutely want to, and just go fast. So, as we've been talking about the grind here on Crab Cakes, I will say it has been taking a little bit here to get this black belt underway. Or to get it up into 42. That is one of the reasons why a lot of the discussion has been going on is, do we go to 32, to 35, or 42? Is because it takes a while to get to 32 or to 42. The good news, however, is Crabcakes knows that Darindrise has the exact same party with 4 Forest. Both runners have the same party. She kind of knows the similar situation Darindrise is in, and kind of a guesstimate on what Darindrise might do. And if you think about it, during this entire thing here, I gotta admit, Graphics has done a pretty good job. She did a lot of key turn-ins, then started her grind. And Darindrise just getting out of Ice Cave, made his way to Matoya's, and is just now getting into the air. But Darindrise does have the Orb lead. So Darindrise needs to step on it here. Looks like Crabcakes has made her way closer towards her ship, her airship. Oh. So I think that was 39 for Crabcakes. In the airship, she's going. Doesn't check the caravan. A free nacho for more experience. Thanks, game. I will gladly take that nacho. And another one. We can grind as we go. Nachos are worth almost as much as a Tyro. Oh, she already checked it? Okay, I missed that. Thank you, chat. So we went from steak to nachos. And that's for 42. Now I want some oh my, I'm getting nachos after this. There's the tail. Oh, this is like glorious here. We can do this entire thing here. Get our fighter upgraded with the Excalibur. And we're able to kill everything now. Even more so. Perfect. And who needs the heal? There's the ship. Darindrise cries a little inside, realizing that he did Ice Cave for no reason. We got the horizontally flipped waterfall already tossing off crab cakes. Also going to do the Cardi Isles. Darindrise is going to get a ribbon there, free ribbon. So his second ribbon of the race. It's just flipped, Rich. Horizontally flipped. There's the second ribbon for Darindrise. He's excited. He's happy. Alright, let's see. Cobras. And they just run away. There's a cake. There it is! The cake sword! Oh! Oh, the cake. It never disappoints. Oh, Darindrise resets out of the Excalibur. Does not save it. Could have just exited out. Just says, no, we're good. So Darindrise is going to make his way over to the same side Crabcakes did. Sees the steak and wings. Probably going to grind it up. Now, one big difference here. Crabcakes has got fighters or knights, if she decides to promote, that will be useful. Darindrice's fighters are not going to be useful. Essentially. Not as useful. There's a flame armor. That's a good piece of equipment for a fighter. Yeah, CC will have one useful fighter, for sure. So it's gonna be a grind here for darindrise. I think it took Crab Cakes, what, 6-7 minutes to get that black belt to 40, where she finally left. It'll be interesting to see how far he decides to go. Lobsters with mute, that's really annoying, because that's just more of a time waste than anything. darindrise has to leave already from his grind, maybe picking up some spells. So we're doing C. We kind of have to check these items here, because we need the key and the rod, and we still have one loose item that's out there. Sharknado floor has been flipped. Already calling it loose in the chest, the locked chest on Mermaid's side by Phoenix. Some people like to watch the world burn. Phoenix is one of them. But we got a quad X axe. The light axe has been rolled to the power word death spell. A 90-degree rotation on the map changes? Oh man. You know, the best part about this is all the spectators here wish this stuff on them, because they know that they're not the ones that have to deal with it. I like it. Alright, so Crab Cakes is going to take on the Ultimate Fiend Kraken one here on the right-hand side, while darindrise continues the grind on the left. We're at level 21, level 22. We know the black belt can now start taking out that pyro by itself. This should be a pretty easy fight there. No big thing going on here. Black belt up front. Sleep 2 comes out, misses that black belt. Fade almost does minimum damage. And down goes Kraken. That's about what we expected. So the orb lead has been changed or tied now 1-1. Progression obviously on Crab Cakes' side. Will she promote just for the fun of it? Will she get that Excalibur +4 on that night? Heading kind of towards it. She's got an exit spell. She's going for it. Oh, that Excalibur is just... it's amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep talking about it. I like the sword. If look, the Excalibur essentially does cast cake, okay? It just takes out everybody. So, as I kind of alluded to earlier, that fighter or the knight now that's holding that Excalibur has 5 hits. The normal breakpoint for 5 hits is 29, but with that plus 20% hit percentage and it rolling plus 4 on the Excalibur, essentially means we get that breakpoint 10 points earlier, or 10 levels earlier. So 5-hit Excalibur does about 100 extra damage just on the bonus damage for elemental bonuses. If all swings hit. And it has a higher crit chance too. So the Excal plus 4, a really good weapon. Batman with Glare, fantastic. Can't wait to run into them in Topher. Alright, incentive chest is on the opposite side. Thanks horizontal flip once again. There's Rod that is required. So now we have 1 required item left, and that is the key to be able to finish the game. We have the Ordeals play. We have a loose item out there. And we also have the Earth incentive. I know, Rich. I know. In chat, Rich Bork saying, in quotes, Excal plus 4, a really good weapon. End quote. The Excal was already good, okay? With these fighter buffs, or blessings, it's even better. Yeah, the TNT was the ship. We have the adamant turn in. We're getting more nachos to make the commentator even more hungry. Appreciate it. Danny. Danny put in the commands for runners. I just want to blame Danny because it's funny. Big hit by the Excalibur for 249, 5 hits. So both the Black Belt and the fighter not really doing a lot. That means Tiamat's got a lot of armor. We need some crits there to do it. Quad X goes out of turn. Finally, we get some crits with 10 hits. 253. Excalibur proves once again that it is the superior weapon of choice. Takes out Tiamat. That is 2 orbs to 1 lead for Crab Cakes. Hey, there's the ship just hanging out there over by the dwarves. That's cool. Hooray! And the Saber Bonk, not necessarily needed, but certainly we'll take it. So this grind is taking a long time for darindrise here. We are now 10 minutes that he's been grinding this black belt. He's level 30 here. He's gaining more experience compared to what Crab Cakes was getting, but those asps run way better than my thief does whenever he's in my party. So we're making our way down the right-hand side here for crab cakes, going down into Earth. That is incentive location. It is after the rod lock. Essentially, after the vampire, we use the rod. We go deeper down into the depths of the Earth Cave. And there is, what, 8 chests, 9 chests that are there. One of them will hold our incentive item. If it's the key, we're in go mode. And all we have is the volcano to do. And with this party, volcano is going to take 2 minutes, 3 minutes at most. Looks like Darren is done with his grind. He's gone with the substantially less grind here. Is gone with level 30, 31. So the fairy will give us the loot. Darren will be happy because that's required. Still playing catch up though. The pan flute comes out. Bats are blocking crab cakes. And the last item is the crown. Why would the crown have our key item? The kindly old king in Northwest Castle holding on to our key item. Why would he do that? Next thing you're going to tell me is he's going to attack us too. The darindrise going to make the play. We're going to go into Sky Castle here. We only have two light warriors up. Big hit by Chad, the black belt. Over 1,000 damage. The poor Lich never had a chance. Should have casted Cake, Lich, or Crab Cakes, but it's fine. I accept the 10 hits for over 1,000 damage too. Alright, what do we got here? It is the ruby. Crown is not it. Astos tried to attack us. Wait. She's going back? I think she reset too fast. Oh, she wants the ruby just in case. Good point. We still have that loose out there. She's like, wait a minute. We still have a loose. I don't want to be caught out by this. Rod pickup by darindrise there. So 3 orbs to 1 lead for crab cakes there. The 2020 spring tournament winner, crab cakes, really showing her speed. Checks the Titans. Nothing is there. We still have a loose still, and we still have ordeals. Nobody's done ordeals. Nobody's done, and we still have that loose. 2019. My own teammate, I forgot. Grigglypuff did win the spring tournament last year. Who is Grigglypuff? I don't know. He was on my team for a while. But you blink and miss it. darindrise already going to take on Tiamat on the left-hand side. Going to try and get his second orb lit. Big punch by the black belt for 6 hits and no damage. Oh boy. This is not what we want to see here. I mean, we've seen it on Crabcakes' side. The black belt, even with 10 hits, was barely able to punch through Tiamat's armor. And this is going to be a bit of a longer fight here. But yeah, so it was 2019 Crabcakes was the spring tournament winner. 2021 or 2020 was Spell Zap, and 2021 was Grigglypuff. So the year of the Puff last year. Come on, black belt. We need some crits here. I know you only have 6 hits, but we need you to crit. Tiamat's got to be almost done here. Oh, we didn't get a good hit though. Harm for it. Harm for it. Oh, he's gonna fight instead of harm foring. Gets it done. darindrise is gonna be on the board. 2 orbs. Down 1 orb, essentially. But Crabcake's about to light her 4th and final orb. Just needs to find the key. Is it an Ordeals or is it loose? So loose-wise, we still have, I believe, the top right-hand side of Volcano. We still have, what's it called? We got all of Mermaid side. I think that's it, off the top of my head, that I can think of. But darindrise is going to do the Ordeals play. There's a lock shirt. Yeah, we still have mermaids, and we still have this side of Volcano that Crabcakes is doing now. Well, there's not really much left to check. Both runners have done a great job of checking pretty much everything that's available. This is probably one of the most annoying chests right here, just because of the way it just, you know, back and forth snakes the entire way. And it's the Ruse Stick. I think it is Ordeals is the play. darindrise is going to get the last key item that's required. So the loose item not required. But it's certainly welcome, though. A Ruse Stick can always be helpful, especially in this kind of situation. You put a knight up front, just have it cast Ruse. He becomes a little bit tankier. And Phoenix in chat saying, early Ordeals always the play. He must be hanging out with Deadpulse a lot, because I know Deadpulse loves that play and talks about it all the time. And to be honest, I'm a fan of it too, up until I got burned multiple times not going to Volcano first. scary mummies. You blink and you miss, and darindrise black belt is getting pummeled there on the left-hand side there. But decides to do a little bit of pummeling himself. Shows him 8 hits. Is much greater than them. Based on the fact that I think Darren did the grind short like that, I think he feels the pressure that he's behind. And he still is only going black belt white mage, but he's in go mode. He knows it. He's not going to waste time doing the tail turn in, which is only, what, 30 seconds? Especially if you do it after Waterfall and you do it after killing Kraken. It's really not that long with Exit. But does he need it? No. Does it help? Sure, your knights become tankier. But there it is, Crabcakes at 105.48 in full-on go mode can enter Temple of Fiends Revisited and try and take a 1-0 lead in her pod. I would have to admit that Crabcakes is probably feeling very good about this dive. I don't think there's any way that she could really lose at this. That black belt is going to punch hard. She's got a backup knight with lots of armor. And a white mage that's, you know, just there to not die. I mean, this Topher outside of a bunch of unrunnables, I would expect is going to be about 110. Well, there's mages with crack. I mean, you don't really need the white mage in this situation, I don't think. Because as long as you're using, what, a fighter every fight, essentially, you lose one to, I don't know, Kraken, you probably won't lose one to Tia. As long as you at least got one, you know, some sort of meat shield for Kraken and Tia, you're pretty golden. Damage poison comes out, wasting time on Crabcakes. Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, there's a lot of chat going on about, you know, the time of the seed and stuff like that. And I think this is one of the things where established runners or previous winners really kind of have an advantage, I guess, like a psychological advantage of sorts. Because you're like, I'm up against Crabcakes, I'm up against Spellzap, a Cheesinator, you know, Cyrnus can run fast, Rubes runs fast, you know, you're up against these runners, and you're like, okay, it's 105. They're probably in Topher. And you're just constantly thinking about it, you're like, oh, I gotta rush, I gotta rush, I gotta rush. And in this case, darindrise at 32 is going with a black belt. Running a two-party system. Crabcakes, on the other hand, Rubes, I have to include you in there after what you did. After you did what you did to me last spring tournament, I have to. You're already included. I mean, there's just so many names that have that. There's a Quad X. What a perfect 1-2 combo. Chad the Puncher, somebody with a Quad X axe, and down goes Carrie in one turn. Nagas and waters, kind of terrifying. A, because waters hit hard, and there's 6 of them. And as you can see, even against a knight with good armor, still hitting for about 60 to 70 damage a hit. Look at that healing speed. I don't know how she does that, but that is impressive healing. We're going to lock. We're going to fight with the Excalibur. Fire 3 comes out to waste our time. Excal swings 5 hits for 500 damage. That's about 1,300 damage we did between 2 people. Down goes Kraken. And we're looking at a very quick. So Tia 2 has about 1,100 vanilla HP. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go all offense here. I think that was a lock, swing, fade. 7 hits, 528. We've done about 800, potentially. No, he's got over 1,100 health. Fade comes out, we might have had a chance. Fade comes out again. Big swing for 1,100 by the black belt. Crab Cakes makes mincemeat of Tia 2. Managed to survive 1 extra round. Yeah, I think it's a like a frame perfect kind of a thing. But Crab Cakes here trying to go for the win here. We're at 1 hour 11 minutes with this party. Black belt already punching 3 hits, 158. Chaos is very evasive. Block comes out, gonna help lower that evasion. Fade minerals. The Excalibur does a lot of damage, more than that black belt. 4 hits for 33. Never mind. Let me take that back. There we go. 8 hits for 215. Chaos, evasive, using those wings, dodging, ducking, dive, dip, dodge, duck. That's right, I went there. Gonna cast some Invises here. Chaos kind of hits pretty hard. 5 hits, 131. We're gonna start savoring some stuff up here. Cure 3, keep the black belt up. There we go. Saber's gonna help out a lot. Yeah, Chaos has wings. He should be a little more evasive. 5 hits for 112. Come on, black belt. 9 for nuclear comes out. White mage goes down. Should be just about done here. Missing already on the black belt. Big hit for 293. Takes care of Chaos. Crab Cakes punches her way into the 1-0 in her pods. A step closer to getting herself into brackets and potentially winning another spring tournament. GG's out there, everybody. Give her a big old GG in chat. Well done by her. So we got Kraken 1 on the left-hand side here. Both of our fighters are at 1 HP. We don't want to heal them here. There it is. Darindrise has just witnessed Crab Cakes finishing. Big hit on the fighter with 1 HP. It goes down. So, for everybody out there, before y'all just start leaving us here, or if you want to stick around and watch Darindrise finish out, don't forget, we got plenty of action going on over on Dark Moon Firelight. Dark Moon's channel, we've got Life Reboot versus J-Lo. That is a Bicky broadcast. I'm not sure if he's doing commentary. I would assume it's just a Bicky broadcast. Later at 7 o'clock, we have myself versus Captain Nerd on this channel, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. 7:30, we have Rich Bork versus Krellin. That'll be on SG1, unless anything changes. 8 o'clock, Papa Ducks versus Guardian Marcus. That'll be on SG3. 9 o'clock, we've got Devious RNG versus Plebis Maximus. That'll be also on our FFR channel. And 2 more tonight, also Papa Foys versus Phoenix. That'll be on an SG channel at 9:30 p.m. And Dark Moon versus Tetron. The Battle of the Devs will take place on RPG Limit Break. That's at 10 p.m. tonight. So a lot more racing going on tonight for Final Fantasy Randomizer, the Kraken games. So make sure to watch them all. If you don't have the role in our Discord called the Spectator Role, we basically ping you and let you know that races are going on about 45 minutes before it happens. We also have plenty of races going on Saturday too. Tomorrow, 1, 2, 3. We got like 6 or 7 races going on tomorrow, all day, essentially. A lot in the evening or in the afternoon. So, lots and lots of FFR action going on. Question in chat by Rich. No CC for post. No. Crab Cakes generally does not or has not done any voice interviews. She sometimes hops into the chat and we'll talk. So if she comes in and you guys want to ask her some questions, you can do it that way. But yeah, I have not had her. She does not do any voice interviews, which is fine. An awesome community member, and she usually just hops in and talks via the chat. The speed bump 0.5 is my partner Griggly Puff would call it. And speaking of crab cakes, there she is, hopping in chat, talking about the key. Hey, at least you didn't have to go and do mermaid side. I mean, that's always a plus, right? So, I just realized, Crab Cakes, when I started you guys' match, I entered the race instead of quitting. It's kind of funny. So I'll have to make sure to forfeit. I think the Griggly Puff called me out on it. It was pretty funny. Freak out, Darren and Dot done. No. You are so welcome for that, Crab Cakes. Oh yeah, you did! I forgot you did the override. That was perfect. That's so. Yeah. I'm sandbagging his race time points. I'm trying to get all into Fizzle's head because he's going to be one of my opponents in my pod round. So, you know, I'm trying to. So darindrise there, blink, mix, blink and miss it. Darindrise has all 4 orbs lit. Going to make his way into Temple of Fiends Revisited here to finish up for everybody. He's got a significantly lower level black belt. Doesn't have the 10 hits that Crab Cakes had. Large Brady bear. So we're gonna see how this goes here. We got a Let's Find Brunch. This is great names for the Lord Fizzle Beef. I like this. Yeah, that was one of the topics of conversation that was going on is do you go the knights and stuff like that, and Spellzap and some others brought up the fact that we don't have the fast spell. And I brought up, well, you just have to gamble. darindrise trying to activate every other thing except for the loot. I was telling them that I just would have gambled on fast, you know, being available as one of the key items. Or not key items, but item magic. Yeah, easy fast item every siege season. That's right. But yeah, true. I mean, that was when I seen the blessings on the fighter. I went plus 20 hit percentage, and then it also rolled plus 4. I'm like 5 hit Excalibur at 19. Wow. Yes, please. Yeah, so for anybody that can't read on YouTube and stuff like that, Crabcakes is kind of talking about her mindset and stuff like that was going on, and her decision making and stuff like that. So she wanted to make the fighter play with the 2 revs and the X-Cal. Couldn't really justify it with the no black magic, which we kind of already talked about during the broadcast. Makes perfect sense. But it's one of those things that as a runner you have to make that decision. She made the decision. Worked out amazingly. The lock magic item was pretty huge because Chaos was evasive. Actually used his wings for once. And you don't really expect to have, you know, a Ruse, Saber, and Tail kind of all come together as easily as it did. So big punch there, takes out Lich. We are now on to the volcano floor. So it's going to be interesting here because we know... So one thing that was interesting, Crabcakes, is how tanky Tiamat 1 was. I wasn't expecting like that amount of tankiness because I don't think you did more than 300 damage a hit on your X-Cal and your black belt. That was level 42. That was kind of impressive. And I looked away for a split second to adjust things. Carry takes down darindrise. Oh no. Thank you, Cheesenator, for pointing it out. So we played a little too fast and loose. Probably, you know, with your opponent already finishing, you know, just trying to get it done. Gets punished for it. Look, Admiral, look, I was talking about Carry 1, okay? Carry 2, it's, you know, every now and then decides to work out a little bit and does some damage. So after, or once darindrise finishes, we will go and raid. Let me find out what we will go and raid so we can watch the next, or a race that is currently ongoing. Let me see what's available and probably make our way over, yeah, because we only got the life reboot first J-Lo match, so we'll probably make our way over to that match. It's about 35 minutes in. We'll head on over to Dark Moon's stream and you can check out that matchup that's taking place now. Oh. Oh, and I was just told that, oh, the match was, oh, okay, the match was canceled, so they had to reschedule it, so guess we will not be, raiding anybody. Apologize for that. The darindrise making his way over to Lich 2 again. I'm being told, possible internet problems. Hey, it happens. Not a worry. Big hit. Down goes Lich. Doesn't even get a chance to cast or do anything. We're on to Carry 2's floor. Hey, those are some delicious Hagamas. Alright, round 2. We're going to take on Carry. There's no way Carry's going to be a jerk for the second time, right? There's no way. Lock Helmet comes out. We're going to cast Invis 2. So Carry must have been punching very hard here. Carry swings. Oh! The White Mage is down to 55 HP. Carry has learned from Kraken. Target White Mage right away. The improved Cure 3 doing a great job getting that White Mage back up to 285. As long as Carry doesn't crit, we should be okay. White Mage swings, trying to do a little bit of damage. Fighter goes down, 196. Another round where Carry can punch. 301 finishes the job. We can breathe a sigh of relief. We're not going to heal. We're going to go through the Sea Shrine here. Waters are punching. They're punching pretty hard here. We're gonna have to use up heal potions. We don't run. Uh-oh. We're still not healing. And we're getting ambushed by Waters. You can see it. He's already thinking it. Mistakes were made. And we're down to 35 heal potions here. This is what Topher can do to you. You have heal potions. Not anymore. And the funny part is heal potions are more effective in battle because of the improved healing. They actually heal for about 60 HP in battle. So we're actually going to raise up both of our fighters here. Invis 2, interesting, I like it. We're gonna we're gonna try and be as protective as we can. 7 hits for 352. Our Invis 2 caster goes down. Our fighter gets bad turn order. We're gonna fight and fight. 483, we've done about 800, but Kraken says, nice evasion. It'd be shamed if I crit. Fire 3 comes out, of course, to take out the fighter. Black Belt gets bad turn order. Doesn't save the fighter. Oh boy. Turn order not beneficial at all. If that fighter had gotten off an Invis 2, the White Mage may not have been punched out. If the Black Belt hadn't have gotten bad turn order also and gone last, might have been able to save that fighter. So bad turn order altogether. Lit 2 comes out. That's chip damage at this point. 1 Invis 2, we're gonna start punching right away. Oh boy, only having 6 or 8 hits. A little rough here, not the extra damage of a 42 black belt. 7 hits for 354. That is a fasted Tiamat. Not what we want to see. We're down to 412 HP. Lit 2. We're now in nuke range. But it doesn't matter. Tia is down. We're on to Chaos. Yeah, the absorb penalty here is probably very terrible against these smaller enemies, because now they're all going to hit for a lot more damage. They got the heal spell one step before the exit. Alright, we're about to take on Chaos. Now, what did we see from Chaos? There was a nuclear that we seen. That was pretty much all we saw, right? See? I mean, obviously, Crab Cakes came in. showed Chaos who's the boss. So Lock Helmet's going to help out a lot. Chaos is very evasive. So Chaos gets an amazing... Oh no, the Vorpal missed menu there is awful. Chaos got a first turn punch, then comes out with a nuclear. Chaos is going to swing for 285. That was a 3-rounder to take out darindrise. Wow. Chaos did not play around at all. Punch, nuclear, punch. And down goes darindrise. Forfeits out. GG's to darindrise. You still have 2 more races to get yourself into the bracket stages. Or get yourself in a position to get into bracket stages.
Howdy dang.
darindrise, welcome.
How was that?
That was... I mean, that is kind of the bad side of the 32 black belt of sorts, because if everything goes down, you really don't have any options, I guess, if you want to call it.
Yeah, I probably would have gone higher, but I looked at the time and I went, I'm going against crab cakes and I'm 10 minutes behind and I don't want to do this grind anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering about. That is, when you did your grind, did you automatically think you were behind?
At that point, I didn't feel too bad, but it felt like it was taking forever.
Yeah, I mean, that's so that was the funny thing watching it, is because Crab Cakes did the grind where you did it, and it felt like she was there forever. And then we watched you do your grind, and it felt like yours took even longer. Like, was there something going on? Were you just not able to get the crits to kill the Tyro quick? What was going on? Because I think you were 11, 12 minutes in before you even hit 32 or something. It was weird.
Yeah, I had done 2-man for a while, so I don't know if maybe Crab Cakes was a little bit further on with her black belt when she started, because I just did black belt, white mage, so I could keep the fades and harms, and then once I could punch the Tyros out with one hit, then I killed off the white mage, so... But yeah, it felt like it took forever.
Yeah, so the one thing that CC did that you didn't do is she actually kept up that fighter with the, I think, the silver swords. I can't remember what sword she had, but yeah, she used the fighter and she did a 2-person grind with the fighter up to 21. And that went really quick because she was able to like 1 or 2 turn the Tyros for a while. And it went really quickly. And then
that makes sense.
And then she killed off the fighter eventually at 21 once, you know, the 6 hits, and the black belt was able to take over. Because you were getting more experience, but it just felt like it took forever. So that's probably the biggest thing, was getting you to level 21. And as pointed out by Cheesenator, we all kind of thought you were going to do the Agamas.
I thought about it, but they had like 300 or 400 health, and I think I was level 11 or 12.
Oh, really? Okay. And then on top of that, Crab Cakes, after doing her grind, goes over to Onrak. And there's a Nacho grind just outside of Onrak. And she finds that takes nachos for the last couple levels, too. So it was pretty funny. So there was a Nacho grind. There was the, you know, the steak and wings. And then, yeah, and the Agamas were there, too, if you get yourself in a good position for it.
I think by our deals, you could have done a blue steak grind too, because I ran into one of those in the desert.
Oh, wow. So yeah, lots of stuff available out there for the runners, so that was interesting. Was there, so we talked to Crab Cakes, we asked her the same question. Well, she kind of brought it up. Did you ever think about going the double night? Or just one night?
It was kind of, if I found something early, like good weapons or good armor, I might have. If I could have found like an ice sword plus 3 or 4, I probably would have gone with knights.
Okay. Yeah, because yeah, I mean that plus 20 hit percentage and the plus 15 agility is not bad on a fighter at all. But so yeah, you ended up going that way. I'm trying to think of whatever else. So you did the volcano play. Crabcakes did the volcano play right after Ice Cave, or actually earlier. I'm sorry, you both did it early. Was there ever a consideration of going to the Ice Cave first instead of Volcano, or was it a case of you've watched some of the spring tournaments and a lot of people have gone to Volcano and found things there?
I think it was proximity. I figured I would check armory, and I had Fade and a couple of harm spells at that point, so I figured that I could find at least enough of a grind to get through carry, which was a little closer than I thought because I decided not to heal before carry on that one too. So, but yeah, it was really just proximity and then going with what you got.
And it worked out amazingly because not only did you get the loose, which was the floater eventually, it led right into the floater, but it gave you a ribbon which helped immensely in a very nasty ice cave, sort of, because mages had crack. I think there was a couple other things that had spells in it. And your white mage essentially was your AoE clear spell. It had everything. Fade, harm 3, harm 4, life spells. It was crazy how loaded that white mage was.
Yeah, if it weren't for the -5 MP, that white mage would have been almost perfect.
Yeah, that was trying to think of anything else that's happened. If anybody in chat has a question, hop in and ask. I'm trying to think of. So you went to 32. We were a little bit behind. I mean, I think your first wipe on carry. Somebody mentioned you didn't heal. I mean, obviously that was after Crabcakes had already finished. So I can't really, say much about that because at that point you're just kind of trying to get done, right?
Yeah, I wasn't very serious at all, and then all of a sudden carry hit me for like 300 or something, and I went, oh, I should probably pay attention now.
I will tell you, I might have slightly commentator's curse, because way earlier in the thing I'm like, carry never hits hard. I mean, that was like way early. Carry never hits hard. Kraken and T are the only dangerous ones, and carry, it definitely worked out a little bit there. Was hitting everybody for pretty good amounts of damage. Lich didn't do much. I mean, this seed seemed to work out pretty well for the 4 force. We didn't have any nuns, which is probably a little unfortunate. I'm sure both of you probably would have loved to have it. How did the horizontally flipped dungeons work out for you? Because I don't think you really messed up a whole lot, but me in the broadcast booth, I was thrown off completely because
it was pretty good. I hadn't really run horizontally flipped until like Monday night after we said that we would do it, and it actually, I think, makes me focus a little bit more because you have to pay attention to where you're at and what the map actually looks like rather than just muscle memory for everything.
Yeah, like the carry floor and the volcano or whatever like that. Like there's like a way to tell the steps are on the opposite side of the medium line, I guess, if you want it, or the middle line from carry. Interesting.
Oh, that one I didn't know. The one that always got me is like the second or the third floor in Volcano. The wherever the lava is down, like it's going diagonally to one direction, and down is the way you want to go. I think it's either down or up.
Oh yeah, that one messed me up too. Yep. I watched you do it, and you started going the wrong way at first, and I was like, no, he's going the right way. And then you went the other way, and I'm like, oh, it's flipped.
And like right before Kraken, that one, I always go the wrong way going up to the stairs to go to Kraken, even if at that point I've realized that it's backwards, but I still go the wrong way.
So I guess, yeah, it's funny because there's a lot more that's flipped now than I think it used to be. So it's kind of fun, actually. It was fun, but kind of. So we move on. You have now 0-1. I guess the generic question is, how you feeling? You got to face Luffy and Rojo now.
I looked at that draw and I just laughed. I mean, this is I I dream about a pod like this, and really, this is what my last spring tournament was like too. Last year, I had 2 races, and it was Dead Pulse and Pickles and Beer. Who Pickles and Beer went on to be like top 4, and then now this year I start with Crab Cakes, which is she's pretty good. She's won at least a spring tournament, so and Rojo and Luffy are no joke. So I mean I love the fact that there's so many good runners in this tournament, and there's a lot of times there's a lot of names that I've never heard of before, but this year there's quite a few that I've heard of, probably 50 people or so, and so I wouldn't want to race most of them. So I love that this pod's going to be tough. I may go 0-3, but it's going to be 3 hard fought matches.
Have you talked to any of your other pod mates and seen about doing anything spicy or?
Rojo and I are doing 4 Forced with Nuns and Proc Gen Waterfall.
Oh.
And Luffy's been busy, so we haven't decided on anything yet, but I'm sure there'll be something spicy.
Nice. I mean, that's what makes it fun, though. At least in my opinion. I mean, and everybody's got their own opinion on it, and I'm glad to see that, if people are using those alternative flag settings that our awesome spring tournament staff has allowed us to do. So I wish you the best of luck moving forward in that, and hopefully you get your 2-1. You never know. Crab Cakes might falter a little bit against Luffy and Rojo.
Yeah, I mean, it's doable. Anybody can win in any race. But, I mean, Crab Cakes is so good mechanically. It's when I would track races years ago, if there were 4 people and Crab Cakes was running, it was hard not to watch her screen because she just doesn't make mistakes, and it's fun to watch.
You're absolutely right on that one. It is a blast to watch her every single time. A lot of other runners too. I mean, it's not like you're one of those runners that can do that very well too. And just the way it is at this point. Everybody at this tournament pretty much is very good at this game, and anybody can win at any time there. Just need a little RNG in your favor there. I didn't see Crab Cakes respond. Crab Cakes obviously is going to be 1-0, make in a much better position here, trying to make her way into brackets there. Got to take on Luffy and Rojo. Rojo already going to take it personally that so we'll see if Rojo can beat Crab Cakes here. With that, any final thoughts there, darindrise?
Thanks to you, Dang, for putting this on, and Wild Ham for helping with the tracking. It's really exciting just to be able to. I'm excited to go back and watch it and see the differences and see little things that I could have done differently, and seeing how Crab Cakes approached it, because it's always fun to watch how someone else approaches the same seed as you. But yeah, I encourage people, if you haven't tried it, pick up the randomizer. You don't have to race, but just try and play it. It's one of those games, I grew up with it, and it's so much fun to go back and be able to do it.
Absolutely. And I'm just glad that all the runners come out here, and especially the fans or the spectators and the viewers that come and watch us and support us and talk and chat, because it makes our commentator job so much easier when we can interact with people and kind of give information, work off each other, have discussions. So appreciate you all out there. You know who you are: Rich, Rojo, we had Cheesinator up in here, ADR, Saracen, Dearness, a bunch of people that are generally here, stuff like that. Thank you very much for showing up. Wildham, thank you for tracking for us. Kind of a impromptu broadcast here, but we appreciate you. And with that, we're going to get out of here. We're going to turn up the music here and get you out of here. Once again, next race that's coming up is in about 2 hours. It'll be back on this channel. I will be taking on Captain Nerd. So if you want to check that out, cool. If not, there's plenty more action tonight going on SG, and this channel and RPG Limit Break is also going to have the Battle of the Devs, Dark Moon and Tetron at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So make sure to check out all the action, join our Discord, get that spectator role, get the pings so you know when the races are. And with that, let's blare out to some the Guguru volcano as we get out of here. Have a good night, everybody.